It's now time for Thankful Thursdays, a platform designed for your growth and personal development. Thankful Thursdays is sponsored by Ionia Distributors LLC, where you can get motivational t-shirts and Fiona Salmon's biography. It will be long, but not forever. Now, here's your host, Fiona
Okay.
Salmon.
A warm welcome to viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming a truly inspiring educator, Trecia-Watt Douglas. Her journey is one powered by passion, creativity, and deep commitment to shaping young minds. Tricia began her educational path by creating engaging and educational children's videos using storytelling and creativity to make learning come alive. Her passion for teaching didn't stop there. It only grew stronger, driven by a desire to make a broader impact. She made the bold move to become an international teacher, eventually migrating to the United States to serve in the American educational system. Trisha brings with her a global perspective, a heart for students, and a rich blend of experience that bridges cultures and classrooms. We are honored to have her with us to share her insights on the Jamaican educational system versus the American educational system. Trisha, welcome to Thankful Thursdays. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me here. It's my pleasure.
Let's start from the background. Can you share a bit about your background in education? What inspired you to become a teacher?
Actually, at first I didn't plan to become a teacher. I wanted to become an accountant. So I got a job straight from high school at the primary school that I went to, and I would always be in the classroom. And the principal said to me that she saw that I had a love for teaching, and she was actually the person who encouraged me to go to teachers college. And from there, I started teaching in 2003.
Wow, 2003. That's a long way. And what's your family dynamics like? Where did you grow up in Jamaica? Just give us a little bit of background about you.
Okay, I grew up in a small community in the Bagwak area known as Pineapple Lane. So that's in St. Catherine. I grew up in a single home with my mom and other siblings.
Oh, great. And what do you specialize in teaching?
I teach elementary education, which would be like similar to primary school education in Jamaica. And I
Or
teach most of the upper grades, like 5 and 6 back home in Jamaica, but now 4 and 5 in America.
you mean grades 4 and 5?
Right.
Okay, so they're more like 10 years old,
Right. All the kids
around that.
like ages 9 through 12.
Oh, okay. So when you decided to migrate to America, what really motivated you to take that leap of faith?
I had some colleagues who migrated, and they would they have been encouraging me to migrate as well. And I would say to them, I'm not doing it because at the time my kids were going to high school and they were actually 2 years above their peers. So I knew that if I had uproot them and took them to America, then chances are they would have to go back to the grades that they really belong to. So I decided earlier not to migrate. But then after during COVID, and we were doing the whole online schools and stuff, and I said that they have always encouraged me, let me just take the bold move. And that's when
Mhm.
I migrated in 2021
Oh, during COVID time.
during COVID time.
And were you managed to take your family here with you as well?
I came with my husband and my daughter at that time. She was doing online studies at the University of the West Indies,
Oh,
but she
no.
went back home to pursue her career when they decided to have face to face classes.
Oh, that's awesome. So, coming here, what were some of your expectations? I'm sure that
Um,
you heard about the
um, well,
American kids.
coming here, even though my friends said to me like it's not a TV version, I was still expecting the TV version, but it was nothing like that.
So, what were some of the differences? Now that you
For
got here,
So I got here, and for the education system, the school, the principal was very welcoming, the teachers the same. But when I met the kids, that's when I really I was shocked.
Oh, wow.
The behavior,
Hmm.
it was like different from back home.
Culture shock
Right, it was a
behaviors.
culture shock indeed, and I mean it's a cultural experience, but it was a culture shock. But as it relates to like the technology, it's more
Mhm.
advanced than back home in Jamaica.
You mentioned technology. How do the program compare into Jamaica, meaning the syllabus? How does it compare to Jamaica? Do you find it a little bit more intense?
Um, for some areas, our kids home in Jamaica would do more studying in terms of like the different subjects that they study in school. Here in America, the kids really just study math, reading, and science for fifth grade, where they are assessed. But back home in Jamaica, our kids have to do religious education, physical
Mm-hmm.
education, music, art, math, science, social studies, and everything. But here in America, they really just focus on the subjects that the kids will be sitting at the state level.
You mentioned the kids are assessed differently. What are some of those differences that you find in the assessment or the test that they do in the American system versus the Jamaican system?
Well, from my experience back home in Jamaica, our kids would normally be assessed in grades, I think 4, 5, and 6. But it's really like the grade 6 one that, a lot of people, like parents and stuff, would place more emphasis on. But here in Jamaica, the kids are assessed as early as kindergarten, and these scores are used to give the school a letter grade. So more emphasis is placed on the assessment here in America than back home in Jamaica since I migrated and compared them. I don't know what are the changes there in Jamaica now, but
Yeah.
that's it. Once it's exam time, and then they do more assessments in terms of they will have like a PM1, a PM2, and a PM3. So they
Mm-hmm.
are doing the same exam with similar items 3 times, and then the final one will be used to allow the kids either to transition to another grade or another school, and also give the school a letter grade, whether it be A,
Wow.
B, C,
Mm-hmm.
or I think D schools.
So definitely as a teacher in the US, you have to make sure that you're always pouring in
Right.
extra time in order for the school to get an overall good grade.
Good grade. And also, in terms of the assessment, as we're talking about, the kids are assessed on devices. So the younger kids would be assessed using their iPads. The older kids will use their laptops to complete their assessment, and it's adapted base. So it's not the same
Wow.
items for all kids like in Jamaica. So depending on how they are like answering the questions, then
Mm-hmm.
it get more like difficult, or it gets easier until the
Mm-hmm.
system say okay, then
They
and
have
exam ends
grasp.
right.
Okay, so it sounds like Jamaica is a little bit behind, meaning the kids
In
here, they're
technology,
used in technology, they're one step ahead.
right.
Do you miss that system?
Um, there are times when I do, because especially like for exam where our kids are given like a hour 15 minutes to complete a paper. Here in America, the kids are given the entire day, so they'll start the exam at 8:30 and they have up to 3:25 in which to complete that task. So
Wow.
that's at times can be like tiring.
Mm-hmm.
So they are allowed to go on and on and on and on. But come in Jamaica, we don't even, we are not even the ones who assess the exam in Jamaica. You know that we have external
Yes,
administrators, but
yes.
here the teachers are the administrators with a proctor.
Okay, so let's play. So say for example, in your class you have a favorite because you say it's the teachers that actually do these assessments, and you see your favorite student struggling. Are you able to go over and help that student, or you're so disciplined that you know that it's not supposed to be done and you refrain from doing so?
What happens at the beginning of each academic year? We have to do a course. It's like a standard course where we make a pledge not to help the kids. If we do
Oh
so, then
wow.
we can lose our license. So teachers
Wow.
definitely don't even try it. And remember, we
Wow.
also have a proctor, and there are times when the proctors are from the state, from the district, and you never know who is going to be coming for visiting the school. So you
Wow.
wouldn't even try it, favorite or not. You
Ooh.
wouldn't even think about losing your license and your job.
Wow. That's very
That's how
strict
serious it is
comparing to
here,
Jamaica.
right? It's very serious. You wouldn't even want to try it. Like
Oh my word.
I would say to my kids, my job is more important than your A. So just go in there and do your best because I can't help you.
Wow, Trisha. Wow. But let me ask you, how was the transition for you though, overall?
The At first, it was like rough because you're coming to a new place where like housing and stuff was not provided. We had to seek that for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So coming from your own like home and having to live in apartments and stuff, that part was a bit like rough. But as we
Mm.
progress, you just condition your mind to your condition as your situation, as you would say in Jamaica, and it's
Yes.
okay. It has been
Okay.
okay. I've adapted
So
and
you're
made the
used
best of the
to,
opportunity.
yeah, so you don't used to just being in the house all day. You know, if you're home, you have the opportunity of going outside, sit under
Exactly,
a
sit on your
mango
veranda,
tree.
call to your neighbor and stuff
Yes.
like that. Here, you only hear people passing downstairs. So
But in terms,
that was one of the hardest thing having to adapt. But
oh wow. But how is it now? Now that you somewhat adapt, because you said that you've been here from 2021,
uh-huh.
so it has been what, going 4 years?
Yeah, the 9th of August, full 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've just bent my mind to my condition and just say like
And
this.
just deal with it, right?
Sometimes I wonder how people are like how these people in prison how they survive.
Oh my God, I don't even want to imagine that.
Yeah, because like they
Especially during the
just
winter
locked up.
time.
Huh?
Especially during the winter time, and you have
Right,
to be just in and out.
right. But luckily here in Florida, it's not that
No
bad.
winter time, yeah.
Right, yeah, yeah.
But
But
let's look on the school calendar. You know that there's a lot of holidays here versus back in Jamaica. How do you find the school calendar comparing to
um,
Jamaica,
we
to
have
America?
180 academic days to be with the kids, and we don't get as much holiday as here, like in other states. We get very few holidays here in Florida. So I know we're getting September. I'm not even sure what holiday that is. The first Monday in September, we are getting that day off. Then we go off.
Memorial. Is it Memorial?
I'm not even sure, honestly.
Mm.
But I know we get that one off in September, and we get Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's basically it. We don't really get a lot of holidays, and then we get spring break. So like the Easter holiday and all of those, we don't get those.
So in September is actually Labor Day that falls the first
Oh,
of September.
right, we get
But
that.
but I know in the south where you are currently in Florida, I know that they go back to school a little bit earlier than the rest of the state.
Yeah,
For us here in New York, we the kids go back to school around the 4th, right after the Labor Day, the 4th of September. So how is school going so far for you? Because I know that you're back in school currently as we speak.
teachers started school the 2nd of August. That Friday we had a virtual training,
Mm-hmm.
and then the week after we had pre-planning where we got the opportunity to go in, um, have meetings, set up our classroom and stuff. Our kids came in on the 11th of August.
Wow.
So we had one full week of school.
Wow. Okay. So far so good.
So far so good. I can't complain.
Okay, I'll take
Kids
that
are
with
like,
us. I'll take this section with a smile right now. You're tuned in to Thankful Thursdays. I am your host, Fiona Salmon. Today's guest is Trisha, who brings with her a global perspective, a heart for her students, and a rich blend of experience that bridges cultures and classrooms. We're honored to have her here. She is sharing her insights on the differences in the educational system back in Jamaica versus America. So she's here to share that with us. But Thankful Thursdays is sponsored by Ionia Distributors LLC, the company that distributes my stainless steel barware sets, my motivational t-shirts, mugs, pens, everything bags. So don't forget to get one of my items that mark the title of my book, It Will Belong But Not Forever. And if you already subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Continue to share my content. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm asking you, please go ahead, click on that notification bell. Click on that subscribe bell. Just click on every bell that you see and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll know exactly when I drop a new video if you turn on that notification bell. Now, let's get back into the interview with Trecia-Watt Douglas. You mentioned that you had a little bit of culture shock. What have you experienced in the classroom that you will never experience in Jamaica? That you experience in the US that you will never experience in Jamaica?
What is it? With how the world is going now, I can't even say I would not experience it in Jamaica, because a colleague of mine who was here teaching, and when she went back home, she said the kids are just as the kids in America. So honestly, there's nothing I can pinpoint to say that I would not experience it in Jamaica. But when I just came here, what I had experienced, I hadn't experienced it in Jamaica, where kids would just get up and walk around and say, "You can't talk to me, you're not my mama." But I don't know what's happening in Jamaica now, so I can't say I would not, but I know I did not experience anything like that.
What about the behavior or the discipline, like in the classroom versus Jamaica?
Um, well, for Jamaica, when we talk to the kids once, they would actually like listen, hear. There's always a diagnosis for the kids' behavior.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that's all I can
Wow.
say. There's always a diagnosis.
And then the social worker comes into play.
Right? Yeah, I wouldn't say anything else other than there's always a diagnosis. But
Yes.
I can remember saying to my kids on Friday of last week that I wish you guys could take a trip to Jamaica in the schools, and you'll see how the kids in Jamaica actually behave.
Behave. Oh,
Hmm.
Lord. Do you notice the difference in how the parents here get involved in their children's education versus back home? You know, parents just wait in Jamaica. Well, the little that I know, remember of Jamaica, parents will just wait for parents teachers meeting. But what's the difference here? Do they actually wait for the teachers conference, or do they come in? Do they call to find out about their kids? How do you guys communicate with them? I mean, the parents outside with what's going on inside the classroom with their kids.
Well, I think on for that question, sometimes it depends on the teacher-parent relationship, because even back home in Jamaica, I always have good relationship with my parents. So my parents wouldn't have to like wait for like a PTA meeting to come and see me to
Mhm.
have dialogue about their child. Parents have my number. They would always call. I would call them if I'm having problem. If the kids have a good day, I'll do the same. And I took the same culture here in America, where I always know that communication is very important when it comes on to a child's education. And because of that, I try to have good communication and good relationship with my parents. So I learned that in Jamaica, and I took it here. The only difference here is that they encourage you not to use your personal number. You have to go through a system set up by the district, so that all your communication can be documented if
Mhm.
anything happens and you need legal representative. So
Mm.
that's the only difference. But like communication, that are easy for me.
Okay, so within those apps, the parents reach out and to
Yeah.
find out how their kids are doing, or if you're having issues with their
And I
behaviors,
just
do you reach
send a
out?
message. So we can send like a bulk message, or we can send
Mm-hmm.
individual messages through an app known as Parent Square. And this is
Mm-hmm.
connected to the district. So the district can actually monitor the conversations as well. So all
Oh, wow.
conversations, whether it be like a text message,
Mm-hmm.
a general message, a phone call, everything is recorded for further reference if the need arise.
So you're saying that definitely you prefer this way of communicating versus parents back home in Jamaica. They wait until parents teachers meeting to find out how their kids are doing.
Not my parents that I had in Jamaica though. Not my parents. We had like good, even until this day I still have parents who would reach out to me and their
Oh,
kids as
nice.
well. So not my parents. My parents are not the ones who drop the kids off in September and pick them up in sixth grade now.
Oh, look. I love that. I
And
love
so
that. But since coming here, do you find that your teaching style you have to adapt to the American style, or do you still hold on to that Jamaican style of teaching?
I still hold on to it using the technology that I have here because at times these like people who work with the district and stuff like that, they will give you their way, but a teacher for over 20 years know exactly what worked for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I use my style in Jamaica with the resources provided here to ensure that I get proficiency for my kids. So
Oh,
it's like
nice.
a mixture. I use a mixture.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And do you find that you're more good at what you're doing now, meaning versus back home? Do you see where it has added value to your experience or your expertise?
It sure did because I've learned a lot here that if I should go back to Jamaica, then I know
Mm-hmm.
definitely I would even create a bigger impact than what I created there in terms of different ways of reaching the kids through whether
Wow.
it be like the time allotted for small group instruction,
Mm-hmm.
their use of technology, the different rotations and stuff that the kids, I
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot here, the kids use in class.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So it's added value.
I
Added
definitely added value.
added value.
It
So
was
I
it
know
was worth it was worth it.
it was worth it. Okay,
Yes, it sure was.
nice. Nice. I know that you said that you struggled a little bit in the beginning, but what kind of support or professional development you received as a migrant teacher in the US? Like when you just came here, was there any support system or any professional help to say, hey, this is, just walk you through everything and all of that to prepare you?
Um, well, first the first help I got was from my husband. You know, he was there encouraging me to,
Mm-hmm.
do my best. And normally, not everything starts out easy. So I first get the encouragement from my husband. And then when I started school, I had a very wonderful math and science coach. She really took me under her wings and guided me
Oh,
through the whole
nice.
process. And of course, we had like professional development training. They had different training for new teachers to teach us how to use all these technology that we weren't familiar with in
Familiar with.
Jamaica.
Oh, that is so nice. And do you think that they treat you fairly, or they treated you differently, knowing that you're coming from a different culture or a
Um,
different country?
well, honestly, they didn't because they were so excited. You know, everybody loved to say
Mm.
Jamaica, yeah, man, and
Yeah,
Bob
man.
Marley. And
Yes.
so they
And
were
you say
excited for
boat
us.
and yeah.
They were really excited for us and everybody wanting to visit Jamaica.
Oh,
And one thing I
nice.
did that whenever I go back home, I would take them back souvenirs and stuff. So I was
Oh,
treated
that's so
well. At one
nice.
point, I got even teacher of the month. So
What?
yeah,
Congratulations! Congratulations!
yeah,
You see, you're shining. You're
you're right.
shining. That's
Uh,
so nice. I'm proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
I'm so proud of you. And I'm sure that there must be some teaching techniques that the American teachers saw and they want to adopt or ask you, how do you do this? Or was there ever a time that a teacher approached you and said, how did you do this? Can you teach me how to do it?
Well, I've been asked that question a number of times. Even now, teachers are saying that they want to come in my classroom just to see what exactly I'm doing, why I'm getting the results that I'm getting, and I also get the opportunity to
Nice.
share my expertise during planning time (PLC), where
Oh,
we plan,
nice.
sit and plan as a group. And presently I'm team lead for fifth grade.
Oh, wow. Look
For
at
two
you,
years now.
Trisha. You, you should be proud of yourself. Aren't you proud
Thank
of
you.
yourself?
Yeah, I'm proud, but I mean, like,
Hard work, right?
mm-hmm.
Do you find it to be more of a harder work? here in America versus Jamaica? Was it easier? Which of the system do you prefer that comes with more work?
Um, Jamaica comes with more work. Here
Oh,
in
really?
Florida, or in my school district, it's not a lot because we don't have to do like sit and write a whole lesson plan. Lesson
Mhm.
plans are provided for us, and we just like
Nice.
tweak it to meet the needs of our kids. We don't have to sit and write test items every at the end of every unit. Those are
Mhm.
provided by the district. We don't have to like sit and write and report cards and stuff. The kids sit their tests on the devices. Their grades are generated, and we just input them in a system, and the report printed at the office. So it's less
Wow.
work in terms of like preparing and
Mhm.
delivering.
Wow, that is great. That is
For
great.
other states, I know that other colleagues say it's not like that. I'm supposed to enjoy it in Florida.
Do you plan on moving from Florida to maybe a different school district?
I'm not sure exactly like what the Lord has
Mm.
in place. He leads and I'll follow.
Amen. Amen. And on that note, we are gonna take a break. You're tuned into Thankful Thursdays. I am your host, Fiona Salmon, and today we are talking with Trisha, and she is highlighting the good and the bad about the American educational system versus the Jamaican educational system. Thankful Thursdays is sponsored by Ionia Distributors LLC, the company that distributes my stainless steel barware sets, my motivational t-shirts, mug, tote bags, pens, just name it. It features the title of my book, It Will Belong But Not Forever. Please support me and thank you so much. And let's get back into this intriguing discussion that I don't want to stay far from. I'm curious to hear what are some more differences that Trisha experienced in the classroom here versus Jamaica. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced when transitioning into the American system? I know that Jamaica didn't, as you mentioned, being technological driven. What other challenges were there?
I wouldn't really say it was a challenge, but what was different was that we had to provide continuous supervision for our kids. You know, back home in Jamaica, if we want to go like to the restroom, we could just leave our class and go to the restroom. That's not the case here. If we have an emergency, we have to get cover for our class. We have to be with the kids at recess. Back home in Jamaica, the kids just go and play. We have to like it's just constant supervision. That is something that was like a bit challenging for me because I couldn't see the real purpose of it. But then after like being in the system, I learned certain things of things that have transpired before. I see why they do it like that. So that was really shocking for me, the constant supervision that we had to provide for the kids.
Now that you have been through all that transition, what have you found rewarding about teaching in the United States?
For me, rewarding, I would more say like the salary. I've been completely honest. The salary is much better.
and and um
Salary
and also I
and
know
the
that.
the different things that are provided for the kids to ensure
Mhm.
that they learn.
Yeah, that's so true. And also, I remember back in Jamaica when it's Teachers' Day, you could count on your finger the kids that will take a gift for their children. But what about the American system? Do you find that parents go above and beyond to show their gratitude?
We have a few parents who do, and when they do,
They go all
they
out.
go all out. Yeah, I have a few parents who really.
What's the most exciting gift you ever gotten from a parent? Because I've been looking at your social media and you were unboxing all of those gifts that you got during Teachers Week. I think it was Teachers Week.
Yeah, Teacher
And
Appreciation Week. For
teacher,
me, the one that touched me most was a drawing that a student did. you know, that came right from the heart, where she drew myself in the center of the photograph. She
Oh,
drew all 23 classmates with their names, and she
oh,
also drew like a flag of Jamaica.
oh, that is so nice. It hit home, right?
Right, yeah, that was like, you saw that came right from the child's heart.
Oh my God, that melts my heart.
Yeah,
That goes to show that the student is also paying attention.
right.
Wow, that is so nice. At this moment, I am gonna play a video to share something that really close to my heart. And it's a special project that I teamed up with Ferguson Primary and Infant School for a roofing project. And I have launched also a GoFundMe page. And if you're willing to contribute any amount, please go ahead and contribute to this initiative. So let's take a look at this video. July 2024, Hurricane Beryl swept across Jamaica, causing widespread destruction, and our beloved Ferguson Primary and Infant School in French Park, Manchester, Jamaica, was not spared. One of the hardest hit areas of the school was the Guidance Counselor's building. The roof was completely torn off, leaving the building unsafe, unusable. What was once a safe, supportive space for our students are now exposed. The Guidance Counselor's building is more than just a room. It's where our children receive emotional support, conflict resolution, and a listening ear during tough times. It's a vital part of our school, a place where healing happens. Without this space, our students, especially those facing emotional or behavioral challenges, have lost their safe haven. We're calling on kind-hearted donors, alumni, community leaders and members, and friends across the world to help us raise $20,000 to rebuild the roof and restore this critical space by December 2025. If we reach the goal early, we will close the campaign and start building immediately. Transparency is our top priority. Every dollar will be used for the rebuild, and we will share all spending with our supporters. Your contribution will cover roofing materials, skilled labor, contractor fees, storm proofing, waterproofing, minor interior restoration from water damage, building permits, and safety inspections. Full accountability is guaranteed. We'll provide photos, updates, receipts throughout the process, and also heartfelt messages from the students and staff. In a rural community like French Park, rebuilding isn't always quick or easy, but with your help, it's possible. Our children deserve a safe space to express their fears, dreams, and challenges. Let's not let Hurricane Beryl take that away. Donate any amount. No contribution is too small. Share the campaign on social media, WhatsApp, email, word of mouth. Encourage others to support this urgent need. Your support will help us rebuild not just a roof, but a lifeline for the children of Ferguson Primary and Infant School. From all of us at Ferguson Primary and Infant School in the heart of French Park, Manchester, Jamaica, thank you for helping us recover from the storm. Thank you for giving our students hope, healing, a safe space once again. Together we rise, together we rebuild. Help us restore what Hurricane Beryl tried to take away. Please go ahead, click on the link attached, or go to GoFundMe, type Ferguson Rebuild Campaign. Bye. Thank you so much for that. And if you just watched that video, I just want to say, go ahead and support that initiative. Trisha, as we draw closer to the end, do you think that the system here in America versus Jamaica is really preparing their students for the future?
I would say both systems are really trying to prepare the kids for the future based on the different opportunities that they would offer them in the school system. Back home in Jamaica, we know that we have a lot of clubs that our kids can be a part of. Here
Mm-hmm.
in America, we have systems as well where the kids are allowed to go to like after school programs, and even at my school we have a mentorship program for the kids. We have like STEM clubs. So I would say both systems are trying to prepare the kids for the future.
Okay, awesome. What advice would you give to other Jamaican teachers who are considering to migrate here to teach in the US? What
I,
advice would you give
I
them?
would say if you get the opportunity, take it, but ensure that you are mentally prepared. You got to be strong for the culture shock that you are about to come upon.
Oh wow.
But
And
if you
yeah.
wish to, don't listen to the negatives, hear both sides, and
Mhm.
then make the decision. Take the leap of faith.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So if you're listening right now and if you're thinking about migrating to teach in the US, as Trisha says, think about the good things.
Hmm.
And we as Jamaicans, we're tough and we know how to bounce back and
Right?
we know how to flex in any situation
If you survive in Jamaica, you can survive anywhere.
anywhere in the world. And they always say if you drive in Jamaica, you can drive anywhere in the world.
Definitely.
So are you driving in the US, by the way?
Yes, I am.
There you go. So you can drive anywhere.
My husband said I'm a shutter driver.
And do you can't are you planning on continue to teach in the US long term, or you're just taking it day by day as you go along?
As I said, I'll take it day by day, depending on what the Lord has planned. He leads and I follow.
And I know that you create videos on YouTube, and my little one, she watches your YouTube channel all the time. So go ahead and tell us about your YouTube channel for kids.
Well, actually, I have three YouTube educational channels. I have one that's focused only on math and science. That's math and science with TWD. I have another one for the younger kids, like young kids and toddlers. That's TWD Little Learners. For this one, I'll do nursery rhyme, bedtime, like gospel song, lullabies, and stuff like that. Then I have another one, TWD Adventure, and this is more like adventure stories.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you're listening now and you do have kids, small kids, go ahead and check out Trisha's channel. I know my daughter, she loves her channel. It's very educational and good topics, and they come very simple for the young kids to really understand. So go ahead and check out her channel. It's Science and Math WD.
Math and science with TWD,
Okay.
TWD Adventure Club, and TWD Little Learners.
Okay, and also I realize that you document your life here while you're transitioning, and there are times when I do watch your vlogs as well, your family vlogs. How is that going, and where can they find you on YouTube, and what's your
That
handle?
that one is Douglas Family. I think it's at Douglas Family.
What do
I
you focus on?
it's just like daily vlogs, family vlogs. I share like experience at school and experience with my husband and kids when they do visit.
So awesome, so awesome. So if you're looking on migrating and to teach in the US, there you go. You have your resources right at your fingertip. Go to her channel and you'll see what it's like. All the transitions, the failure, the challenges, the opportunities, the shopping, the deals. Because sometimes I see her finding deals. So go ahead and check out her YouTube channel and you get all that information. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us?
I just want to share that my second year at my elementary school, I coached the OCPS Math B. The student I coached, she was fourth. And then the year after, or 2 years after, I think, I coached another child and she was first.
What?
Yes. So I actually have that in record.
But Trisha, you're going with big things. You don't know, little ordinary little teacher from Jamaica. You're
I'm
going
just
on with big
trying.
things.
I'm trying.
No, you're not trying. You're making it happen. You're representing Jamaica. And for that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Continue to let your light shine. Continue to break all those barriers and continue to transform those little lives.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. And also, thank you for those videos that you put out, those educational videos. I can't stress enough how my daughter loves your channel. So
You're
I
welcome.
want to say, if you're watching, go
Support.
ahead and check it out and support her. Not only watch a video, but make sure you subscribe to her channel, to all her channels. So, Trisha, thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate your time, your
Thanks for
insights.
having me.
You're most welcome, and your dedication towards the future, the little future. So thank you for being here and continue to inspire through your work and continue to show out for Jamaica and
We'll sure
represent.
do. You're
So on that note, thank you so much. As always, thank you so
welcome.
much on behalf of the entire team. That's Miss Keisha Hill for her public relations, and also for Simon Weir on the back end. He's doing the production. Thank you so much. Until next time, I am your host, Bionia Salmon.
Thanks for tuning in to Thankful Thursdays with Fionia Salmon. Thankful Thursdays airs every second and fourth Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. in Jamaica, and it's sponsored by Ionia Distributors LLC. Follow Fionia Salmon on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for info on future episodes and more.